Wait till I say now.
This is Dr. Leonard Scott with Ty Scott Records, and you're tuned in to Rhema Gospel Express on KROVFM.com, the station reaching around the world.
Now.
Praise the Lord, everybody. He is Lord over my life. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning out there, everyone. This is yet another time for a time of refreshing radio talk show. I am Prophetess Sherry Bishop. How are you all doing out there this morning? I'd just like to say that this is a wonderful and a joyous day, and I have such an awesome guest this morning. I am so happy to see her. I haven't seen her in person in a few days, but we've communicated over the Facebook Messenger, and she has truly been a wonderful friend to me, and I love her and her family, and they're here today. Everybody's in the studio, and I'm just excited. I am totally excited about what God is going to do today. And today I want to go ahead on and get started because we have an awesome show today, and I want to talk about something that we all really need to start focusing on. But before we get started, I want to introduce to some Minister Steph Reed. She is a playwright. Actually, I was able to be in one of her plays a couple of months ago. And I'm going to turn it over to you. How you doing today,
Oh,
Minister
man,
Steph?
I am wonderful. I am super, super, super excited to be here. Thank you so much for the invite. Oh, God is so good. And yes, it is a pleasure to get to see you. It's been a minute. I mean, I think it's been since the play that we actually got to see each other. So I'm glad that my family is here with me, and it's an awesome time to be alive. It's an awesome time to be here. Glad to be in this studio. It's a wonderful time to see this.
Amen.
Yes.
Your daughter, Minister Aspen, she is so awesome. Everybody, Aspen in the house.
Yes.
She is a beautiful, beautiful songwriter.
Yes.
And she's a praise and work. I mean, an awesome, anointed, powerful praise and worship.
Yes.
Say hey to us.
Hi. Yes, and she's also doing photography now
And
as
photography,
well.
yeah.
So it is exciting. It's exciting to be alive. It's exciting to be doing God's will and doing the work of the Lord. I mean, we're alive to do His will.
That's right. And that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
We're supposed to get the word out whichever way that we can.
Right.
However.
Yes.
And I always say this. I always say one thing. God didn't make us and put us on this earth for us to just be still and not do nothing.
That's right.
He put us on this earth to do something.
Yes.
I hear people all the time saying that they don't have nothing to do. I wish God hurry up and show me what it is that He wants me to do.
Right.
And they're 30 and 40 years old.
Right.
I said, well, you done had some kind of dream.
Right.
Or you have some type of desire already.
Right.
And you already have that. This was a desire of mine.
Yes. And you know what it is, Sister Sherry? Sometimes people forget that it's about patterns.
Yes.
Because even as a child, you see these patterns in your life.
Yes.
And as you go through life, you have a tendency to forget what you did as a child.
Yes.
Because life's troubles, life's problems, or the cares of life, or whatever. But you know what? That's kind of what happened even with me. When when I was young, on fire for God, full of energy, vivacious, doing what God wanted me to do. Now this is after I got saved, because before I was I was in the world doing my own thing, this, that, and the other. But after I got saved, I was on fire for God, doing everything God wanted me to do. Whatever the church wanted me to do, I was doing, just on fire. And then life shifted. You know what I mean? Physically,
yes,
my body shifted.
Yes.
And then I said, what am I gonna do?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I looked around, and people kept thinking, well, what's wrong with her? Well, what's wrong with her?
That's right.
And I had to sit back, and my family thought, well, Mom, what's going on? You know, why aren't you kind of moving like you used to move? And why aren't you doing the things you used to do? And it's not that I was getting old or anything, but my body wasn't giving me that things that I needed to do anymore.
Right.
And I think, you sit back and you say, okay, Lord, what can I do? I can't get up and move as fast as I used to go anymore.
Right.
You know, my knees were giving out. You know, as I was mentioning to Brother Lockhart here, I said, the knees was giving up the ghost, but I wasn't.
That's right.
But everyone looked around you like you were giving up.
That's it. Yes.
But inside, I'm not. I'm screaming out, no, I haven't. I just can't. They kept saying, well, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you? No, I can't. Oh, well, we can't really use you no more.
That's right.
But that's not what God was saying.
Thank you, Jesus.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm with you 100%.
And so, but in my heart, I was like, I don't know what else to do. But it just so happened I was sitting in a church one time, and the Lord was dealing with me. And I was sitting in that church service, and that sister, oh my God, I was just sitting in the back, because at that point I just said, Lord, I don't know what to do. Okay, I don't know what direction to go. I know where my heart is at, but if people are not going to accept me, then whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to serve you. That sister spotted me from her pulpit, and she said, I'm talking to you. I said, me? She said, yeah. She says, God want me to tell you, seasons change.
Come on.
I said, uh-oh, God, you're talking to me now. I said, what's going on?
Yes.
She said, it ain't over.
It ain't over.
I said, it ain't over. All right now. But he didn't give me everything I was supposed to do. He just simply said, seasons change. And it ain't over. So then at that point, my thought process shifted.
Yes.
And when it shifted, I began to say, okay, it's not over. All right, Lord. Then that means you got something else for me to do.
That's right.
And, I'm feeling the presence of God right now, even in this house.
Yes.
So I said, okay, Lord, thank you. Thank you. So I sat back, and I am a patient woman. Through life's experiences, it's taught me to be patient. So I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to wait for your answer. And as I began to be patient, and as I began to call upon the Lord, he began to remind me of patterns in my life. He said, do you remember how you used to write?
Yes.
I said, yeah. I mean, as a kid, I wrote all the time. You remember how you used to write plays? Yeah. He says, and so then as the sister from New Beginnings in Luland, she said, I would love for you to write a play for us. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you ain't said nothing but chicken wing to me. Let's do this thing. And then we kicked it off.
Amen.
And the Lord just started elevating it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And every year she says, every year I would love a play from you. And then we would do a play, and then boom, we'd go on a tour. And then everybody was like, can you come do a play here? Can you come do a play here? Can you come do a play here? Now I'm not saying it's not without its struggles.
Oh yeah.
But I'm telling you, the Lord just reminded me of the patterns. And then it began to talk to me about that for other people.
Yes.
You have to look at the patterns in your life. What is it that you did as a kid all the time? Some people love to organize. As a kid, they would love to have things in order.
That's right.
You know what I mean? As a kid, they would love to teach they would line up their dolls and teach them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to look at the patterns.
Yes.
What is it that you love to do?
Yeah.
There were things, like you said, you love to go on your radio. What is it that you love to do? It ain't over.
That's right.
It ain't over.
It ain't over. And you know what I like about what you said is that, it's when we think about the patterns and things, they set the pace for where we are.
Come on.
I think about the struggle that you have with your knees.
Yes.
Well, we have a lot in common. A lot in common, and your pattern has nothing to do with your knees.
Oh yes. Amen.
You know what I mean? Your pattern.
Yes.
Your writing has nothing to do with your knees.
That's right. That's right.
So you can get the work of ministry done.
Yes.
You just have to find that knack and find that pattern.
You have to
and
shift.
that was a testimony to me, because it took me that time when my body started deteriorating, and rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis started taking over. Well, I was used to traveling. I was used to traveling, teaching, and ministry. So now, okay, God, what is this?
Yeah.
So I just had to change patterns.
Yeah.
Go to a different pattern.
Yes.
Well, I had this pattern going on in my life. I had to learn that I still could teach.
Yes.
And I still could minister.
Yes.
Because it wasn't coming from my knees.
Come on.
It was coming from my mouth.
Come on now.
And from my heart.
That's right.
And that was something that God had given me.
Yes.
You need to gird up the loins of your mind.
Come on.
Ministry is not over for you.
It's not over.
Sometimes the enemy try to make us think that because of our day-to-day things that we're going through.
Right. Because of the struggle.
Because of the struggle. But we just have to do what? Take a shift. Because
shift.
that was also in my pattern.
Yes.
I used to lie to my dogs on the bed.
Yes.
And I used to take them and I used to preach to the dogs.
Come on.
All my life.
Yes.
I used to sing. I used to write books.
Yes.
I wrote a childhood book. It was always things like that. I used to see myself. I would make a radio show of my own and a talk show of my own at home with my dogs. So now that my knees may have went out, but I know God got that under control.
Yes.
See, sometimes we have to work in the lane where we're at.
Come on.
In order to see where we're going.
That's right.
It's not what we go through so much.
Right.
It's what we do while we're going through.
That's right. Because I believe that God says, okay, where are you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as soon as you can acknowledge where you're at,
yes,
He can elevate you.
He can elevate you. That's
but,
right.
But He can't do that until you acknowledge where you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? In any state.
Yes.
In any state. Now, you can complain about it. You can bellyache about it.
Yes.
But that means you're going to stay right where you are.
Because you said that key word.
You know what I'm saying?
I was excited when you said that. I got so excited because you say, until you acknowledge where you are.
Yes.
Which is the topic of today's subject. Facing yourself as you are.
Come on now.
That's today's topic.
God is good.
God is awesome.
Yes.
He just took us right on into that real
it.
quick.
Oh my God.
Real quick, because we have to do that.
We do.
In every state, in every situation that we've ever been in, no matter what, we have to do what? Face, okay, this is what it is. This is what it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look like it's going to be like this for a season.
Mm-hmm.
So we might as well get to it.
Come on.
And do what we need to do.
Right.
And I was reminded of a story in the Bible of the Samaritan woman.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman at the well.
Oh my gosh.
You know. And I was reminded of her struggle. Mm-hmm. And I was reminded of how Jesus was teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I have need to go through Samaria.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in John, the 4th chapter. Right about the first through the 13th verse.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Jacob's well.
Yes.
And he sent his disciples on to get food or whatever. And around about noonday, here comes a woman to the well to draw water.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked her to give him a drink. And we all know that the Jews and the Samaritans, they didn't have any dealings with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But he told her that, I'm just paraphrasing, in other words, woman, if you really know who I am, you give me some water because I can give you living water.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And they just begin to talk. They begin to talk to each other. And when he asked her to go and get her husband, she said, I have no husband. And he said, you've said well, because the one you're with is not your own.
Right.
So when he said that, I thought about her when she told the truth. And she told this man, she said, I have no husband. And he said, you said well. See, she didn't know who he was.
Come on.
And he knew her.
Right.
But she didn't know him. She could have said anything.
Right.
Because she didn't know who he was. But when he told her that, and you said well, because the one you're with is not yours.
Mm-hmm.
She perceived that he was somebody different.
Yes.
And then she went on to say, even if I did, I'm just paraphrasing, want to give you some water, you don't have anything to draw with.
Right, because it's deep.
Our father left us this well. Our forefathers left us this well. You don't have anything to draw with. But what she didn't know at that time is that she was meeting the master. And then she was finna get ready to have a life-changing experience.
Mm.
Now, what I like about that woman, I used to always think that because that woman had had so many husbands that, she might have been one of them worldly women or something like that. But when I started to study history about the women back in that day, I learned one thing about them, that their husbands could divorce them.
Yep. Talk about it, sis.
At any given time that he wanted to. If he wasn't satisfied with them, he could just write a letter of divorcement.
Easy.
And she couldn't cook. Oh, you can't cook.
Yep.
Oh, you don't look cute enough for me no more. You gained too much weight. Your knees don't work no more.
Yes.
You can't walk.
Yes.
Whatever the situation may have been, he wrote her a letter of divorcement.
Yes, ma'am.
And it wasn't until she got that letter of divorcement that she could marry somebody else.
Yes, ma'am.
So I looked at this woman. This woman had been married 5 times. So 5 times I thought about what her self-esteem level was. Her self-esteem level to drop down to nothing.
Yes.
Well, why did I say that? Because in the morning is when all the women came to the well to draw water, early in the morning or late in the evening. That's when the social time was.
Yes.
In the morning. Why would she be coming at 12 noon to draw water?
By herself.
Unless she didn't want to face herself as she was.
Yes.
And didn't want nobody to know where she was and
That's
who
right.
she was.
That's right.
Why would she come at 12 noon? You want to?
All by herself. All by herself. And the thing is about this is, what I love the most is people forget that Jesus is the great liberator and the great protector of women. You know what I mean? I know that people really, 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 really forget that he understood the heart of man. Okay? And I say man meaning the man that he created. And he knew that some men were not going to protect the female version of the woman that he created. But he had to protect that woman.
Yes.
He liberated that woman. He had communication with that woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He talked to that woman at high noon. He protected that woman. See, God, I get excited about Jesus when it comes down to what he did for us women. Okay? Because he was already on top of that. He was already on top of the fact that he already knew that man was going to give us bills of divorcement. He already knew that at any given moment that men was going to be saying to Mo, hey, we want a divorce for this, we want a divorce for that. He was already protecting us.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? He says it was not that way in the beginning. He says, however, I'm gonna need to protect them.
That's right. However.
He says, I need to protect them. He says, so go ahead, I'm gonna let this happen. He says, now, most of these women he already knew had to go into prostitution. They had to go into some kind of way of making money because no other man was going to take them. Ooh, he protected that woman. He is an awesome God. Nobody would have talked to this woman.
Nobody. And that's why
nobody.
That was the reason why she went to the well at the time.
Yes.
In the heat of the day. She
Two
went to
things.
the well.
She was female.
Yes.
And she was a Samaritan.
Yeah, and she was a Samaritan.
Nobody would have talked to this woman.
So, and look at God.
Come on.
And so the first thing I always thought about, and the thing I think about is when I think about facing myself as I am.
Yes.
I first got to admit who I am.
Right.
And that's exactly what she did.
Yes.
She admitted to the Lord who she was.
See.
I've had 5 husbands. I have no husband. I've had 5. And he said that's correct. But she had to do what? Say, I. It's just like an alcoholic.
Yes.
Okay, alcoholic must first admit that he is an alcoholic before he can get some help.
Come on.
Hello, my name is Sherry, and I am.
Right.
If I was an alcoholic, I have to first admit that.
Yes.
So the first step to changing And facing yourself as you are is admitting the problem.
Exactly. You have to
You
say.
got to say it.
That's it. And I know it's difficult to face your giants, but even little David had to face his giants.
Yes, he did.
You know what I mean? You have to face those things. It's not easy. It's not.
It's not.
You know, but you have to.
That's right. And you know, we got so many people, men as well as women, because I always say this is not a woman show.
No.
This is a overall show. But I still say even women that have been sexually molested since they were children, you know, since they were kids, they're still holding it in. They're still suppressing it because they have to realize one thing. First of all, it wasn't their fault.
Right. Right.
But they still got to admit that they had that problem.
Thank you.
If you don't admit it, you can't face yourself as you are, you're never going to come out that problem. You're never going to be 100% what Jesus wants you. You're never going to be able to do the things that he has called you to do 100%.
Right. Right.
Because you'll give the enemy a card,
yes,
a trump card that he can always play.
they can always play.
I always said the enemy, the devil, he can't do nothing, try to play a game of spades on us.
That's right. And
Because Trump
me
always
too.
go win.
Right.
But
That's
if
right.
he ain't got no trump cards, he can't win nothing.
Come on now.
If he ain't got nothing on you, he can't win.
He can't win. And the thing is that they forget that Jesus is not out to hurt you. He's out to heal you.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And just like that day when he told me seasons change, your season cannot change until you first say, you know what, God, I have nowhere else to go. But I do want to change.
That's right.
I do need help.
Yes.
I want help. I want change. And when God told me seasons change, and he said, look at the patterns in your life. And I said, okay, God, I want to change. He says, then I'm going to help you get back to where I want you to be.
Yes.
And when he told me that, and then now that I'm doing the plays, he says, now I want you to elevate those plays.
That's right.
Now I want this to happen.
Take
Now I
it to
want that
another
to
level.
happen. And I said,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
God, I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna keep walking. And as God continue to grow you, every step is a new challenge.
That's
every
right.
step is a new difficulty. You know, and sacrifices have to be made. You know, but guess what? As long as God is with you,
That's right.
they can be made.
And if he call you to it, he gonna see you through it.
I love
If
it.
that's what he called you to do, he gonna make provisions.
He will make
He's gonna do
provision.
that. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to admit that we have a problem.
Yes.
Anything that has happened to us in our life, if we've been divorced
Right.
a number of times, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Say yes, it's me.
Right.
You know, so many times a lot of people want to label us as not ourselves.
Right, right.
No, not calling me Sherry,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm Dorian's mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or Miss Bishop,
Right. Right.
or Jasmine's mom,
Mhm.
or the girl that work out there at Randolph. But I'm not. I'm simply Sherry.
Exactly.
You know, and I have to see myself as Sherry.
Come on.
That's who I am. Sherry has the problem.
Come on.
Sherry said, God, okay, I have this problem. I cannot shake it. I can't do nothing but you.
Right.
And only you can help me with this. And that's why Jesus went to Samaria.
Yes.
And he met that woman
He
at her
knew.
point of need. And what I like about what happened was, then did she begin to think? She perceived that he was a prophet.
Yeah.
Then she realized because he was already famous, he was already well known in the area. But what he did, he gave her that living water.
Yes,
he
he
gave
did.
her that reassurance,
Yes.
like he did when he told you about the seasons.
Yes.
He gave her that reassurance.
And that confidence.
And look at what she did.
She ran and
She
told.
what did she do?
She told everybody.
She ran and told, come see a man.
Yes.
Because she was out of that rut.
Yes.
Now she could go back.
Yes.
And she could go to the well in the heat of the day. And I said, ain't that woman that done had 5 husbands? Yes, I am. But God,
But God.
he
But
delivered
God.
me and he blessed me with
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
You don't know my story.
Hey, come on now.
Or the reason why I had 5.
That's right. And
But
now
yeah,
she
I
can
was the
testify.
one.
Yes.
Yes. And let me tell you what happened.
That's right.
And I can tell you how to get out of your rut. Go see a man.
Go see the man.
Final thoughts.
Oh my gosh, final thoughts. Oh, I'm so excited. Girl, you got me going now, Mama. I'm ready to keep on going with this story. I am so thankful. I am so blessed to hear this story. So blessed to be here today. I just thank God for what he has done. I kind of feel like that little woman. You know what I mean? Came through the struggle. You know, feel like God has given me such a great confidence to pursue, keep going. And he's continuing that though.
Yes.
There's so many little things that's in my heart that I know that there are little areas that God's still saying, okay, admit to this, so I can elevate you here.
Yes.
You still got to work on that.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead. I'm showing you. Let's elevate here.
Right.
And that's okay, because we're moving forward.
That's it.
And you know what? The day that stops, I guess I'll be 6 foot under. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we continually have to grow, right?
Every day.
Every day we got to keep growing.
Every day.
And I thank God. I thank God for life. I thank God
Yes.
for being here.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is a wonderful blessing.
Yes.
And my final thought would be is to, I always say this, gird up the loins of your mind.
Yes.
Think about who you are and what God has need of all of us.
Yes.
And the only way we're going to be used is we're going to have to face ourselves as we are and know that we are fearfully and wonderfully made according to what the Word of God says. The Word of God says we're fearfully and we're wonderfully made.
Amen.
He made us.
Yes.
He didn't make
And
us
now
to
we
sit
are
here and do nothing.
Ooh, I love
He
it.
made us to do something.
Yes.
And we have to face ourselves as we are, no matter what triumph, no matter what trial, no matter what hurt us in our past.
Come on.
Give it to Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what the woman at the well did. She gave it to Jesus. And look, he replaced and replenished that she could go and tell somebody else. And that's our whole life story,
Yes.
is to go and pull somebody out of what we've been through.
That's right.
I thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry about the staffs, because every time I walk home, I'm sorry, but we got to continue this.
Yes.
We have to continue this,
Yes.
and we have to get this anointed daughter on the panel with us. We have to do this.
I'm excited.
And I want to send out a shout out today. I always want to send a shout out to my best friend, Spill, Sheila Spiller. That's my girl. I love her so much. She's always on the air listening. And my dear friend Tony Simon, T-Tone is what I call him. He's one of my sponsors. And Bishop Audrey Brooks, she calls me every Sunday morning, and we have prayer. I thank God for her lifting up my ministry and being a sponsor in my ministry. And please keep my dear friend up in prayer. She's not feeling well.
Okay.
You know, she has a lot of things going right now. But I just want to send a shout out to a few people. And I also want to thank Elder James Lockhart for allowing us this time. And I pray that somebody be set free, and somebody be healed, somebody be delivered from these shows.
Amen.
And if you have any comments or anything, just go to our Facebook page. My Facebook page is Prophetess Sherry Bishop.
Yes.
And just go to my messenger, message me. If you have a topic or anything, let me know.
Definitely.
And if you want to come on the air with me and share with me, please let me know, because I'm always looking for co-hosts.
Absolutely.
Your Facebook is
they can contact me at Steph Reed, Facebook. Also, if you are looking for someone to do a play at your church or anything, hey, get with us. I have right now it's at Steph's Plays for Steph's Stage Plays for Heart and Soul on Facebook, and on Instagram it's Steph and Aspen's Theatrical Productions. But definitely get with us. We can come to your church. We can put some plays on. If you have anything you want us to do, Aspen sings, she ministers. We would love to be a part of your world and help you do anything. We love people. We love God. We just love you. Anything we can do to help, we're there in Jesus' name. So,
amen. I just like to say I thank you for tuning in to another time of refreshing. God bless you and have a wonderful day.
bless you as well.